Hi there, my name is Colby. In 2016, I voted in New Hampshire. I've always considered myself an independent and fairly even-minded when it came to voting. I have some liberal views and I have some conservative views. And I always tried to give every politician I voted for a fair shake and look at their history and their policies, things like that. In 2016, I voted for Trump. Figured, not a politician. I wasn't really supportive in a lot of the things he wanted to do, but I figured, well, a lot of presidents get in, they can't do everything they want, so, we could try this out business-wise and see how it works out. I couldn't believe that the Democrats nominated Hillary. I couldn't believe that. Anyway, I really wish I'd done a little bit more searching, because even just a little bit more into, in particular, Pence's history. Pence, who I vehemently do not approve of as a leader and as a politician, because he's got a history of trying to force his personal or religious beliefs on his neighbors. I voted for Trump, and it was the biggest mistake I've ever made. Since then, I have had a baby girl, 16 months old, and I do everything in my power to love her and care for her. I've worked 20 years. The last 20 years, always had a job, always paid my own way. Now I am unemployed, and I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I have to be, because our daycare shut down, and the daycares that open up fill up like that. So, I'm not some lazy guy who's just trying to freeload, guys. I'm one of those people who literally can't go back to work, along with many of other people who there aren't even enough jobs to hire everyone who's out of work. Anyway, I guess I'm rambling a little bit here. I just want to say that I'm your fellow American, and more importantly, I'm your fellow human being. And, this is not an administration that we can support. Any American can support, for that matter. I said simply the fact that he owns the libs, that's not a good enough reason to vote for a candidate, because he owns the people that you don't like. That's not why we were given the right to vote. That's not why people fought for that. It's about, is it what's best for our country? Okay, and whether you like the left or not, the fact is, if Donald Trump is reelected again, we will not be united for the next 4 years. It'll be more of what you're seeing right now. Okay, I don't want that. I can't believe that my conservative brethren would want that, and my liberal brethren would want that. My information isn't just from CNN or the left-leaning media. I've watched Trump. I've watched him lie. I've watched him get caught lying. I've watched the excuse after excuse get made by him, by people who support him. It's literally the art of excuse making. Okay, including the fact that during the impeachment, they stated, first they denied that he did it, and then they said that we didn't understand, and then even though they allowed no witnesses, and they actually prevented witnesses from testifying, there was even several articles that state that the Democrats proved that he was guilty of the crime he was charged with, but the Republicans say it's not worthy of impeachment. You can believe that? I said after all that showboating and political misdirection and all that stuff, they actually admit, okay, well, he did do it, but, it's not worthy of being punished. So either he didn't do it, or then we prove that he did it, but no punishment. Okay? And I've watched Trump, I've watched him lie to us, and I've watched him, what he says and what he does. This is not about what other people say about him. Okay? Everyone said the COVID virus was a hoax, that it wasn't that deadly. And then we hear tapes of him saying that it was deadly, that he knew it was deadly, and then all the excuses out in the world come out about, oh, it was okay that he did this, or that. Guys, over 200,000 of our fellow human beings, our Americans, are dead. There's 200,000 families in mourning. I said, where is our compassion? Yeah, occasionally the compassionate get taken advantage of, but I would rather be compassionate and occasionally get taken for a ride than just be judgmental, and I'm sick of these people I'm sick of people saying, well, it only killed this percentage of people, and I'm not saying that those people are bad people, and I'm not saying they're like this person that I'm about to mention, but I would just like you all to know that one of the worst people in history, who killed millions of people, stated, and I quote, "You kill one man, it's tragedy. You kill 1 million, it's a statistic." Okay? And remember, there are hundreds of thousands of your fellow Americans who are in agony and are suffering over the loss of a loved one. These are not statistics. These are real human beings. You know, and maybe you guys are right. Maybe it was always going to be this bad. But since we didn't do a national response, you know, since we didn't, you know, concentrate on face masks and we didn't listen to scientists, there's no way we're ever going to know if it had to be this bad. Okay? So in conclusion, I'm voting for Joe Biden. It's a clear-cut case down the line. I said Donald Trump simply cannot lead. It's not my opinion. You've watched him. He cannot unite this country. He absolutely cannot lead. Okay? And in conclusion, because I care about all of you, my leftists, the conservative brethren, if you're still having trouble with mask wearing, all I ask you to do is a simple risk-value assessment. Is the risk worth the value? I said, okay, if you wear the mask, even if you're right and it's a conspiracy, which is not the case, no harm done, you've worn a mask for a little while. But if you're wrong and you don't wear a mask and you spread the virus and people die, it just isn't worth it. Stay safe, stay healthy, vote for Joe Biden.